Welcome to the Buttercut Podcast, part of the MWBK Creative Network. I'm here with Pete the Irish guy.
What's up? It's been a while.
And you know what? We had to bring back Can't Miss Mitch because it's gambling season, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's gamble some
right
golf.
it is.
Oh, man.
Man, it's
I'm
been
itchy.
too long, though.
It has been. It's been a while.
Mitch, you might have been on our last episode, which was maybe a month and a half ago, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Has it been that long?
Let's start with some season updates. Let's run through what's been happening up to this point.
Yeah.
We've got a couple discussion topics. You want to start with your boy Brandon Todd?
Yeah, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Brandon Todd went fucking bananas there for fucking 3 weeks.
Yeah. So he started off, he won back-to-back Bermuda championship, excuse me. He won the Mayakoba.
The Mayakoba.
Did he have to win the two hardest to pronounce in the whole goddamn schedule? And then he
won the Bermuda championship
at
in the
RSM.
Mayakoba Classic.
Beautiful course. And outside of
there?
Cancun, Riviera Maya, we got married down there.
Oh, wow.
We
Did
actually,
you?
yeah, that place is absolutely stunning.
That's the course famous because Kuchar didn't pay his tip to the cat.
Yeah,
to
this
his
is
caddy
something
there.
that didn't end well for Cooch. He found some fucking Mexican scrub. I think it was one of your wife's cousins, actually.
It
Maybe.
might have been.
Yeah. So,
They do that. Wild family.
No, he found some fucking scrub caddy that just worked at the resort, and he made an agreement, and he said, "Hey, I'll give you $5,000 for the week, and I'll give you, an extra $1,000 or $2,000 if I win." And the caddy fucking almost chewed his arm off for that offer because he was like,
It's a
"That's
good
more
deal.
fucking money than I've ever fucking seen." Awesome. Kuchar ended up fucking winning.
And wasn't he stiffing him?
Well, no. Here's what happened. I'm going to go over this again, but what happened was, so he gave him the $5,000 plus $10,000 for his tips. He gave him $15,000, and the guy said no. He turned it down.
What do you want? 10% or something?
Didn't want. No, he said initially he just said no. That's fine. I just want It was an extra $1,500 is what they said. So I just want the $6,500 that you promised me. So he gave that to him. And then all of his buddies got in his ear and said, you know that a caddy gets fucking 10%
Right.
of a win, which is fucking like $100K. And so then he went back and it started the whole shit show.
And
then
now Kuchar.
Kuchar was like, well, hang on a second. Not only did he goes, we made an agreement before the week. Firstly, it's no one else's business. It's my business and this guy. I gave him the $6,500. He turned down another fucking $10K or whatever
to make
it was.
Stink.
Right.
Yes.
He turned that down. So what am I supposed to do here? And a week went by and Kuchar went, fuck, okay, I'll give him his fucking $90,000 or whatever the fuck I am.
So that
Mexican
Mexican
got his money.
negotiation was pretty. Let me ask you something, though. How critical was that caddy in Kuchar's winning? What did he actually bring to the table?
Zero.
Are you sure? Because he had local knowledge of the course and stuff.
Kuchar's probably played the Mayakoba a ton of times. He's seen that course a bunch of times.
I think he was on like the commercials for like family visits to that place during the tournament.
At no point did fucking this guy ever go during the tournament, no, you shouldn't do that. You should do this. Kuchar, he probably doesn't speak fucking English, so Kuchar can't even communicate with him.
Okay.
Just pick up the bag and hurry the fuck up before I fucking slap you. That's about the.
And the moral of the story is now Kuch is known as that
the cheap
guy.
Fuck.
Oh,
yeah.
So back to this year and Brandon Todd.
So yeah, Brandon Todd won Bermuda, won Mayakoba, and then he was in the league going into the last round of the following week.
RSM.
And you know the last person to win 3 consecutive PGA Tour events?
It's got to be Tiger.
Tiger fucking Woods.
It's always Tiger.
Always Tiger. Tiger back in the heyday in 99, 2000.
So speaking of Tiger, the Hero World Challenge that he hosted, Tiger's tournament, Henrik Stenson won last week.
Yeah. Did you watch any of it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great event.
It's awesome.
It's one of those events that I always remembered, like, geez, if I ever fucking make it on tour,
That's the
I
one.
think my goal in life, as much as you want to be invited to the Masters,
Yeah.
I want the invite to Tiger's tournament because there's only 18 players, right? And so what he'll do is it's all invite only, but he takes, the top 15 in the world,
right?
And then he gives 3 invites. Now, 1 or 2 or 3 of the top 15 will say, I'm not coming because it's their off season or whatever,
Sure.
right? But I'd say 85% of those guys all fucking say yes because it's Tiger's fucking tournament. You go. It's in the Bahamas. So
it can't be that bad.
Exactly. It's awesome. Everyone takes the family. They're all put up. They put you up in the resort. You don't fucking pay anything. So it's awesome.
So while we're talking about Tiger, he's been balling lately. Like he's been on fire. Every piece of his game has been sharp.
Except for round 1 in the Hero World Challenge, he didn't look great. But then he was 66, 67. I don't know what he shot last round, but it was another good round.
Yeah, I think I'm looking up the scoreboard now, but long story short, for the last maybe month and a half, 2 months, he's looked really sharp.
He's been unbelievable, yeah, playing great stuff.
So, from there, the last thing to cover here before we get into things is your boy Patrick Reed.
Fucking hell.
The sand digger.
Yeah, I don't know.
So at the Hero, to lay it out here, Reed's ball, he's winning. He's in the lead of the Hero World Challenge. His ball goes into it's not a bunker. Explain to the audience what
it's a waste area. So
it's a waste area. So you can ground your club.
Yeah, it's not treated like a hazard. So a bunker is a hazard where you can't
ground your club.
Right, you can't touch the sand, you can't ground your club.
So in this instance, his ball is kind of buried and he's taking practice swings in. With each swing, he's undigging his ball with the back of his club fairly obviously. It was caught on camera. They busted him. What are they giving? Two-stroke penalty?
So
he ended up losing by 2 strokes. By
I'm kind of caught in this one. Okay. So okay, obviously Reed has a fucking a reputation. He's a cunt. At least everyone thinks he's a cunt.
He's a cunt,
right?
It's safe to say.
Not only that, when he was at college at Augusta State, he was known to have been accused of cheating at golf, have stolen
computers or something, right?
Stolen things from his buddies, from their locker, from his own team. So his own team hate him. So he has this really bad reputation. He's not liked on tour. So when you see this thing that he does, where he puts the club in kind of behind the ball, and he goes to take a practice swing. Now his ball, it's like a fried egg, is what they call it, right? So the ball is in the middle of a deep hole. So the high point of the sand behind the ball isn't that close to the ball, but it's still in the way, right?
Yeah, because you hit it on the downswing.
Okay, exactly. So here's what Reed said, what Reed says makes sense.
Okay.
And I get what he's saying, because not that I've done it before, like move sand, but I know what he's talking about. He said, well, the sand behind my ball, it was far enough away where it didn't matter. Like when I put the club down, he said, if you saw my view, my ball was in the middle of this kind of depression, and that mound of sand, it was far enough away from my ball where it wasn't going to have an impact. So he said he put the club down and he brushed the sand away, and he didn't even notice because it was too far away from the ball.
See, that's an excuse that somebody who's good at golf would believe, and somebody who's not very good at golf would be like,
kind of
bullshit.
Yeah. I knew exactly how he explained it. I went,
yeah,
okay, that makes sense. However, when you look at the fucking video from behind,
it's damning.
It's maybe the worst level of cheating I've ever seen caught on camera, like ever before. Now, Vijay Singh was suspended from the Asian tour for 10 years because he was caught old school cheating. The old, I'm going to erase this 4 and put in a fucking 3.
And he didn't think that Asians would catch on to his math? Are you kidding me?
That's maybe the best joke that's been made tonight.
And then he went on to rage on the American tour, but it's all good.
Years ago he was banned because they looked up at the scoreboard and went, hang on, that's 1 stroke lower than what you had. And they found out he just erased what he had. So that's his old school, listen, I'm just going to fucking cheat here. That's what I'm going to do. Whereas Reed tried to do it slyly, and we know in today's game, you can't fucking cheat slyly because there's cameras everywhere.
Y'all appreciate this. It was Patriots cheating. He was videotaping the practice.
He was Patriots level cheating. Okay. Yeah, I get that. But secondly, the level of so this is the tweet from earlier. I showed you this, right? This is really fucking funny. Good. So it's obviously a bad time
for Patrick Reed.
Yeah, it's a bad time because this is happening right as the President's Cup's about to start, right? And it's in Australia on foreign soil.
Well, the thing
so
is,
you have a bunch of Australians who are going to be, and they're fucking rowdy.
He came out and won the second leg of the Tour Championship, like at the end of last year. He's been playing really well. He's trying to kind of revamp his shitty image from his poor performance and like behavior afterwards of the Ryder Cup. It was all kind of trending in the right direction, and like literally 7 days before the President's Cup kicks, he's caught digging his ball out of the hole with the back of his club.
Not
so
a good
ahead.
look. And so so the Instagram post, which I'm trying to find here, and I can't see it.
Who posted it?
Let me see. I can't remember. I think it was Zyra Golf, maybe. Actually, let me look that up.
Those dudes burn.
I love
they do.
Yeah, they're very funny.
That page.
Here's it. Here it is, right? So it says, somebody in the first tee just hollered at Patrick Reed, "Are you going to make your caddy carry 14 clubs and a shovel?" And listen, he's going to, and it says the President's Cup has begun. So yeah, he's going to face this all week. The Australians love their booze. They love to get rowdy, and they fucking love shouting abuse at people.
So this is the perfect segue.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. This week, the President's Cup. So this week, the golfing world heads to the land down under for the 13th edition of the President's Cup. The biennial event. It's every 2 years is what I'm trying to say
Did you
here.
say biennial?
Biennial.
The bianal? I'm pretty sure everyone's bianal.
The dictionary says that means every 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's every
Did you try to say Merriam-Webster's dictionary there?
Yeah, I just kept on
God
tripping.
almighty.
So every 2 years, the United States and the rest of the world, excluding Europe, play in a tournament called the President's Cup. It's match play only.
Yep.
The first edition of this was in 1994. Royal Melbourne, which is where it's at in the land down under, has hosted it twice before. Let's see here.
Yeah, Royal Melbourne is one of the...
Do you know? Have you played here?
I've never played, but it's one of the... I think it's in the top 50 course in the world.
Yeah.
It's one of the best golf courses in the world. It's incredible.
So apparently it had a big falling out. They were using a certain type of grass from England. They took the grass out. 10 years ago, they put it back. It's called... where we got here? I got a note of it somewhere.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, it's bouncy and super slick, so it makes the greens exceptionally hard. Melbourne's a shorter course.
It's a link style, short golf course with crazy fast greens.
Exactly. Crazy fast greens, so
fast.
it puts a super emphasis on that second approach shot.
Yeah. Have you seen some of the videos this week so far on Instagram of players dropping golf balls? And it's crazy.
They're saying...
Tiger was like, they're running a 14. They're trying to get them up above that. That's crazy fast.
They're like, this is the President's Cup, not Wimbledon.
Right,
Like
exactly,
They're comparing it to like a tennis court.
Yeah.
So it's been here twice before the President's Cup, and one was in 2011 in which America won handily. The other was in '98 in which the Internationals won their only time.
I was going to say, the Internationals, I feel like, have got slaughtered every fucking year.
Every year except for once, and it was at this course. They've never won otherwise.
Mitch, here's the other thing. If you look at the thing, so I have a couple of theories here on this, and I don't know if this is fair, and it'll sound harsh.
I like how measured you are right now.
Well, it'll sound harsh, and I'm really trying to think about what I'm going to say. So if you look at a lot of this international team now as well is Asian. Okay. So
It's like Hideki Matsuyama.
The
rookie,
Benan.
Hideki Matsui.
You have
No.
Matsuyama, Benan. You have
Ichiro.
There's Ichiro. Tanaka is playing at the one.
All of them.
No, but there's like five of them.
Tanaka's really good.
There's like five. There's like 5 or 6 of them. Okay, so there's like 5 or 6 of them, right? So here's a question for you: do you think that the Asian golfers and the Asian, I guess my thinking is, are they as passionate about things like this,
Like team things.
team sports and things like this, as the Europeans or the Americans will be?
Culturally?
Yes, culturally.
They have no country pride.
Well,
Wait a minute.
no. I wouldn't go that far. I'm not going that far. Like in the Olympics, they're really good at certain individual sports. They're all
They
very
might
good.
have so much pride that they're almost on the other side of the spectrum type of deal.
I don't know.
They're hardcore.
I think they're so. I don't know. I think they're almost like too humble and almost just too nice for these things. And
Interesting.
I think these guys. I don't.
I don't think they care. Isn't this for charity?
No. This is just like the Ryder Cup.
But I thought all the pros, there's no winnings. I thought the winnings go to charity.
No, there's no winnings.
It's pride.
But there's no winnings in the Ryder Cup either.
I thought whatever money they raise goes to charity.
Well, yeah.
I don't think Asians care about giving away to charity.
Boy.
No,
oh boy.
Listen, it's nothing to do with that. What I'm saying is, it's America versus the international team.
The fifth guy we didn't mention was CT Pan.
CT Pan.
Yeah.
Sorry, the other two guys that we mentioned were both baseball players. We just threw them in, and you didn't even notice.
So here you go: Hideki Matsuyama,
Yeah.
CT Pan,
Yeah.
Sung Jae Im,
yeah,
Byung Hoon An,
yeah,
and Ho Tong Lee.
Ho Tong Lee. Okay, so yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think. Here's the thing: I don't think these guys are as passionate, as competitive as Dustin Johnson, Ricky Fowler, Justin Thomas.
Dustin Johnson's not competitive. He's a big dumb idiot.
That's actually a fair point.
Okay, the other ones though, yes.
Matt Kuchar,
Yeah,
most
it's a little more
competitive
fair.
person ever. All those guys are so
Not like Tiger, that's for damn sure.
yeah, right. I don't think those guys care as much, and maybe that's fucking very wrong of me. And maybe they do, but
So-
I don't think they do.
Here's the question: is that a bad thing? Like, if they're going to be even keeled, they're not going to go up
Yeah.
and down. They're not going to have passion. They're not Sergio Garcia. They're not taking hunks out of the tee box when they hit a bad shot. Like, there's two ways to that street, and it just so happens that this particular matchup has been very, very one-sided, with the Americans winning almost every single time.
So is that a case of one, the Americans are just way better, which one it may be, right?
I
Their
mean, you
world
look at-
rankings are probably way better.
You look at these two matchups; like they're significantly
it's not even
stronger.
close.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the number one thing. Whereas when they play Europe in the Ryder Cup, there's more pressure on the Americans. The Europeans win more, and there's more pressure there.
I mean, there's some up-and-comers on this international squad that could be good for a very, very long time.
Yeah,
like,
but when Mark Leishman is your best player on the team, Louis Oosthuizen, okay, he's probably the best player. But
and
when
Hideki's probably the best player.
but when Leishman is leading you number one,
Right.
Leishman, they probably are leaning
Or
on.
Adam Scott.
You're in trouble.
I have a question. How come the Europeans put up a better? You brought up a really good point, and I don't know that much about.
They're the
golf,
birthplace of golf.
But
Yeah.
how do the Europe? But when it's international, you've got European players. No,
No. So this
They're
is
all it's all
everyone
ex-Euro?
except
Jeez,
Europe.
see, this is why I'm here.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is why you're here. So it's the international team is everybody except Europe,
And
so
then the
it's
Ryder Cup is
Southern
Europe
Hemisphere. It's all
versus
South. It's
ex-Asia.
It's Asia. It's
Ex-Europe.
Asia and South Africa and New Zealand and Australia and all those other
It's
places.
Bizarro World Ryder
and
Cup.
South America,
Okay.
because there's a couple of South Americans on this team.
So it's every 2 years, which is biennially.
Right. So essentially, it's the Americans like practice for the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
There's not as much history. There's not as much passion. The Americans get to go out and fucking thrash this international team, and it's becoming a big deal. And it kind of prepares them. Okay, we know what teams we're going to play when we play Europe, and then we'll go.
What are we talking about? U.S. by $1 trillion.
Yeah, I mean that's what I.
They
think.
were like minus 240.
Yeah, U.S. are going to win by a gajillion. Was that what they were to
1,000%.
win it all?
Yeah, mortgage the house.
Can you bet it right now? Did you go on?
I tried to find
And
it because it just kicked off.
Because it just started. Yeah, but
It's
it's day one though.
Yeah.
So they took it off the board.
Maybe they got to wait for
They'll
it
wait for
overnight.
today and they'll
Yeah,
update
and they'll
it.
probably be minus 380 or minus 400.
Well, yeah,
and you still take it.
Well, here's the thing. And I'm sure we'll get to this.
Uh-huh.
It's live as we speak. But
There's kangaroos hopping.
not only are there kangaroos hopping, but when the American team lead with Tiger Woods and Justin Thomas
Oh,
versus
God.
fucking Mark Leishman and
Joaquin Neiman.
actually
Joe King can play.
Yeah, it's Joaquin Neiman.
Well, I can't speak.
Can I just say though, he is a fucking stud. So that kid is this little skinny, small South American kid. He is so fucking
Did you
good.
call him a looper when he won?
A looper because he was a caddy.
That's right.
Yeah, because
He's got that
he
swing.
was an old. Yeah, he's got that old fucking little fashioned caddy. That kid is a serious player. I rate him higher than I'd rate Leishman.
Really?
Yeah, but
Leishman's got really good touch.
But when you can lead with Tiger and Justin Thomas, there's no way they're going to lose. So if we get a quick little update, Woods and Thomas are 3 up through 11.
I thought it was 0-0, no?
Nah, they teed off at 5:32
They teed up
p.m.
at
Eastern.
4:30 Eastern, or 4:30 Central.
Central, yeah.
So there's the live scores right there. A quick live score update: Woods and Thomas 3 up against Leishman and Neiman, Cantley and Shoffley and Hadwin and Im all square. Ooh, Adam Scott and Ben Ann. So that's a That's a tough
Formidable team.
Formidable team. They're 2 up against Finau and Bryson DeChambeau. Finau stinks at the moment.
And DeChambeau's a fucking head case.
Matsuyama and Pan are 2 up against Simpson Reed, and Oosthuizen and Answer are 3 up against Against DJ
Against
and Gary
the
Woodland.
Gorillas?
Against the Gorillas.
The 2 biggest
They're
dongs on the course.
3 up through 8. Crazy.
They might have the biggest dongs on the continent.
Yeah.
Gary Woodland and Dustin Johnson, that is. Very interesting. All right, so to give you a little bit more information on the format here. So the teams, each team is made up of 12 players. 8 selections are made from the top in the standings of each category. And then 4 picks come from captain's picks. So like Tiger got to pick 4 players, right? So the President's Cup consists exclusively of match play events. Each match is worth a single point with half points given to ties, similar to the Ryder Cup. This year, the President's Cup also features a minor format tweak from previous iterations of the event. Players are now only required to play 1 match prior to the final round singles matches, which previously they had to play 2. If the event is deadlocked after 30 matches, the competition is ruled a tie and a trophy is shared between teams. So this could end hypothetically in a tie.
So the greatest President's Cup ever played. I don't know if you remember watching this, Brad.
I probably don't. Tell me about it.
So it was in South Africa.
Okay.
And the captain of the international team in South Africa was Gary Player.
Okay.
Which is awesome.
Yes.
The captain of the American team was Jack Nicklaus.
Ooh.
And it was tied.
The Black Knight versus the Bear.
Exactly. The 2 of the greatest ever do it in South Africa in Gary Player's home course, right? So this
must have been early.
It was
like in the mid-90s.
Late. No, it was late night. Oh no, it was early 2000s, late 90s.
Ooh,
okay,
Tiger.
Yeah. So here's what happened.
Yeah.
So it's tied, right?
Yeah.
So the rule here's what's kind of rogue about the President's Cup. They can kind of make it up as they go along.
Yeah.
So what happened was, it tied, right? And what was going to happen was that the Americans had won the year before, so they were going to reclaim the cup. So Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player get together and they said, well, okay, instead of doing that, how about we do this? It's all square. We're in South Africa. You're on home soil. The last match in the singles was Tiger Woods versus Ernie Els. Ernie on his home soil. They halved their match. So they said, let's have Tiger and Ernie go sudden death in front of everybody in South Africa. Well, just sudden death, straight sudden death to decide the whole fucking thing. Google this on YouTube. It is maybe one of the greatest 3 holes I've ever seen in my life. So they go 3 extra holes.
It was 2003.
2003.
Ernie Els was in the peak of his
career. That's what peak of his.
He was fucking good.
He was incredible, right? And the 3 extra holes they went, Tiger holes a ridiculous putt for a half. Then on the next hole, Ernie holes one. And this side, it's pitch black. Ernie holes a fucking 12-footer in the dark, and they decide to play one more hole. Tiger has to make a 20-footer in pitch darkness to extend the cup, and he fucking makes it. And then they're like, okay, we have no light left. We have to just call it a tie. And they went, okay, fine, it's a tie. But they went extra hole sudden death, Tiger and Ernie. And Tiger did just 2 of the craziest. It was completely pitch dark. So it was so awesome. It was so awesome.
Wait, it finished in a tie?
It finished in an overall tie.
Oh, that's tight.
So they kind of changed the rules and they went, okay, let's just keep going extra holes. But it ended up that the guys were so good that neither of them could beat each other, and there was just no light left. But it was awesome to watch. There's a great YouTube video of it.
Had they followed the rules, though, it would have ended at 30 matches.
America would have retained it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they split the cup if they tie.
Oh, sorry. They split it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
So anyways, the schedule, the entire competition consists of 30 matches, as we discussed. So Thursday, right now, 5 4-ball matches. Friday, 5 foursome matches. Saturday morning, 4 4-ball matches. Saturday afternoon, 4 foursome matches. And then Sundays, when it goes down, it's 12 singles matches every player plays.
Yeah, so what's different to the Ryder Cup is that every day only 2 players sit out. Yeah. So in the Ryder Cup, there's only 4 matches during the
see.
4-ball and the foursomes, right? So 4 players have to sit, right? So only 8 players play each day in the Ryder Cup until the singles, whereas in the President's Cup 10 players play.
Do they have minimum play
That's
rules?
a good question.
Because in this one they just recently changed it. It used to be that the player had to play in 2 matches prior to the Sunday 12.
So in the Ryder Cup they've none of those rules, and they only have them in the President's Cup.
Gotcha. So now in the President's Cup this year, for the first time, it's only 1 match that they have to play.
Yeah. I mean,
whatever.
But you see, those are the type of rules that kind of take away from. I'm
tradition?
I'm trying to fucking win. I don't. That guy's playing fucking shit. I don't want to have to fucking play him.
Well, especially if you're on the international side and you've got less good players, you just want to play your prime players.
Yeah,
right?
but Brad, it happens every single year in the Ryder Cup,
Sure.
right? Someone comes in and you go, okay, this player's playing fucking shit. So, and you realize he doesn't play any games until the Sunday singles. It happens. It just always does. Someone's playing crappy. So yeah.
Interesting. So the defending champ obviously is the United States. As we've mentioned, the internationals have only won once. The last President's Cup was held in 2017 in New Jersey at Liberty National Golf Club. The United States prevailed 19-11. It was a good match, though.
Yeah. Well, no, great golf course. Great golf course. Fun to watch. Listen, like anything, it's difficult to kind of start. It's difficult to start a new tradition out of the blue. You know, like you start this President's Cup and everyone goes,
especially in a golf that is so
I can't get
steeped
into
in
it because there's
tradition.
no history. Well, yeah, it just fucking started. And you have the Ryder Cup that has been around since 1940. So it's just different.
That's what I'm saying. It's a tradition.
It'll take
the sport
time.
itself is from 500 years ago.
And it takes time to build these things. It's getting more and more important as, the further along you get. And it's becoming more and more interesting to watch. So who's your let's make our pick on who we think's going to win.
Okay. I figured we'd get to that after the storylines, but we can do that now.
Sorry. No, give me some storylines.
Well, I mean, why don't you unpack what you're thinking for who wins? Because it's you guys obviously both just took the U.S. team in a landslide, but how do you mean who wins? Do you mean what players win matches or what?
No, I guess there's a bunch of things you can take, but I think the more you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, if we're just talking about the first
maybe
matchups,
subconsciously looking at what the fucking scores are right now, that's having an impact. But it's in Royal Melbourne. There's some bunch of Australians. The internationals, you're getting deeper into it. I don't know. Maybe.
Do you think it's close?
As in, the value is on the fucking internationals.
Yeah, I mean, plus 275, the value's there, but you've got
will they give you a
6
spread
rookies?
or something?
You've got 6 rookies on the international squad that legit need to play the game of their life.
Yeah.
The matches of their life every day.
And the U.S. team, every one of them is just veterans.
In their prime.
It's not just
vets in their prime.
For them, it's not just about President's Cup. They've all played Ryder Cups for years, so it's the same thing. And more experience.
Yeah, I mean, they've won major championships. Yeah. And then even the veterans, when you're comparing Ernie Els, he's the captain, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, and then you could argue that it's Reed, Woods, and JT, no?
JT, yes.
Or what? They're they're kind of the leaders of that group.
Yeah, the leader obviously is Tiger. He's the playing captain, which is rare. Normally the captain doesn't play, but Tiger is so good he had to play. Justin would be
probably the top rated, right?
Yeah, it'd be
the best.
It'd be JT, Tiger. What's funny what you said about Reed, right? Because when it comes to these things, Reed is a leader because he wins so fucking much.
He wins.
He wins so much.
He does not give a fuck what anyone thinks.
No, his match.
That's why his
match play record is incredible.
Right.
He doesn't get beaten singles ever. He was undefeated at Augusta State in the 2 years they won back-to-back national championships. He went undefeated in match play. He's just a match play king. If he's going 1-on-1, he's going to beat the other guy.
So here's the deal on the official world golf rankings. We've got 4 Justin Thomas, 5 Dustin Johnson, 6 Tiger Woods, 7 Patrick Cantlay.
Cantley's a bitch though.
I was expecting that to say Patrick Reed.
No, Cantley's a bitch.
Reed's 17.
He's a young guy. Woods is the leader. JT close behind. Reed, a guy you never want to play. And then DJ and Kuchar probably.
But I mean, Finau.
Yeah, they're all
Woodland. They're all in the top 20.
Gary, Ricky Fowler, they're all fucking class.
So I have a question. I mean, maybe the only hope, not just for the international rookies, which most of them are, right? You mentioned Joaquin,
They're really good though,
right? But not only do they have to play, but maybe all these vets don't give a shit. We talk, and that may be the case
thing.
where they just go and just like, you know what, I'm on vacay. And I'm just going to swing a couple sticks. There's really nothing at stake. No one cares.
But so in golf, that has the opposite effect, right? So in golf, when you don't care, you just play better.
Right.
Because
you're not stiff.
It's so mental, and it's so much in your hands and the tension that when you don't give a shit, you play better and you don't lose.
So who does that? Yeah, sorry to cut you.
Yeah, it favors the Americans all day.
Hold on, I'll just bring up and play devil's advocate here. You're saying it favors the Americans, but what if like the rookies are like, what do we have to lose? And I feel like that's more dangerous than anything else.
No, it's not.
What do we have to lose? Granted, we know where the talent is. That's an easy take, okay? But what about the fact that some of these young players really, they're like, well, what do we have to fucking lose?
So think about it like this. Think about it like the USA men's basketball team, and they're far superior to the rest of the world in the Olympics. But if it comes down to the stretch and they're playing versus Argentina and it's a close game, people pucker up. And that's when it could be kind of interesting, is if the internationals can take these guys down to the wire, and then there's some pressure on it, and then they're like, shit, are we going to be the first team in 30 fucking years to lose this thing?
That's actually a great take on it.
See what I'm saying?
That's a great take. That's the take where...
That's the pucker up.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is... So let's say it's the FIBA World Cup, and there's no pressure, and we're gonna destroy these guys.
Right, the U.S. Olympic basketball.
It's real easy. However, now we're in the final. Oh my God, it's really close.
And if you
if we lose, now we're a joke.
You're
if we
historically a laughing stock.
So it's if you can get it to the end,
that's it,
and you can make it close, then it turns around on the US. Whereas for the first few days, you're up a bunch of points. Then you go into the Sunday and you're up a bunch of points. Now it's like, well, we're expecting when we're going to crush you. We're way better. It doesn't ever have that impact.
Exactly. Who's getting massages and where?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree with you. Then
that's what the take is. Yeah, if you can keep it close
down to the wire,
then get it to the wire.
Then there's real pressure.
Then it flips back into the international flavor.
Isn't that the case with every underdog?
I guess it is.
I mean, really, if they're just in it, then they've got a shot.
Right, and then you get to the end, and then it flips in your favor.
And I just looked at the scores, and they're very much in it. I mean, it's very early.
It's just
very early.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it's all very interesting. Okay, so my next storyline, I got a couple here for you guys. So Adam Scott, his career in the President's Cup is 14, 20, and 5. He has the most wins of anyone on the international team actively. Ernie Els and Vijay Singh are the only players with more international President's Cup point wins than Scott, which is also interesting because he's a hometown hero at this point. Yeah. So that's kind of interesting.
And he, as of right now, I'll give you a little update.
Is he crushing? He's playing really well too.
He's 2 up through 10 with Ben-An on Finau and Deschambault.
I think that's a perfect matchup for him too.
2 up. Sorry. Let me see. Yeah, 2 up.
Because, like you said, Finau hasn't been playing well.
No, playing shit.
DeChambeau can just flame up and flame down. Who knows what's going to happen?
He's a tool.
The handles on his golf club are like a baseball bat.
And Scott can be the guy, the veteran guy, and he can just go to Ben-An, you do your thing, because you're better than I am. You know what I mean? Ben-An is
certainly at putting.
Unbelievable fucking player. US amateur champ.
Right.
Unbelievable number 1 amateur in the world. Ben-An is a really, really good player. Mm-hmm. And he can kind of say, Ben-An, you do your thing, but I'll be here if you need me. I'll be there for the solid holes that you need me on. So, yeah, I like that.
So, the second shot. So, this is something we sort of covered previously with the course itself. So, Royal Melbourne, super bouncy, super slick green complexes. The type of grass I alluded to earlier, it's called Sutton's Mix. It's imported grass from the UK. It
sounds like some
freaky stuff.
Some fucking ecstasy that I'd be taking.
Some of that Sutton's Mix.
Yeah, hey, you got that fucking Sutton's Mix, there, boy? You bring a bag of that Sutton's Mix.
It might make you spin off the side of the green. So it makes it extremely difficult to hold the greens. And even on the easiest approach shots, despite having an easy approach, it's difficult.
Right.
Even if you hit in the middle of the green, it could fall
gonna
off.
bounce.
Saying like right,
It's firm, very firm.
firm, fast. The easy description. It's more like when you've a wedge in your hand.
Right.
You feel like you should be hitting it close, and you spin it off the green. It goes 40 fucking yards away.
And it's even more important because the course itself is relatively short.
Yep.
So like that's the strength of the course. That's
Yep.
the teeth of the course is the greens and the
Yep.
green complexes. So it's something to pay attention to. It's going to be about touch and it's going to be about approach shots.
Yep.
We talked also this next one, opening pairings. We even gave you guys a little bit of an update.
Yeah.
That pretty much covers
Yeah.
the most of what I had to talk about. You guys got anything else you want to cover? You want to make some picks?
Yeah, I think I'm picking. I think for the week I'll pick.
Why don't we pick a high points winner?
Yeah, well, let's pick a high points winner from both teams and then an overall cup winner. I'll pick Tiger Woods to have the most points
Okay.
from the American side. I think obviously he's the captain, right? So firstly, he gets to put himself with whoever the fuck he wants in the team play.
Yeah.
He gets to pick himself with Justin Thomas.
I mean, and you saw them fooling around last week at the Hero,
Right,
like they were
right.
like having driving
So
competitions.
Here's what's going to happen. He's going to play with Justin Thomas.
Yeah.
And then if he plays with anyone else, he'll play with Patrick Reed and they'll win, right?
Yeah, because he
So-
respects
yeah,
those fucking freaky
exactly.
guys.
So
yeah.
so he'll win with those two guys, and then he'll win his singles match. He won't be beaten. So I'll pick Tiger Woods. I'll pick on the other side. I'll pick Ben An to have the most points.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think he's so good. He's a future major winner. He's awesome. And
He's just so hot and cold, man.
yeah, I think he's just super talented.
Yeah.
Really, really good player. He won't shrink in the big moment.
Right.
And then I think US win by 5 or 6 points. I don't think it's all
Something like
close.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like on the international side, I like Scott. I like the hometown hero.
Okay.
He's been hot lately. He's been putting well. He's been very good. Yeah, I like him just to be like the kind of feel-good story there. On the United States side, I kind of like Gary Woodland. Kind of flying under
Love
the
it.
radar. He got that nasty stinger.
Yeah.
He kind of fell off after he had his major win. I feel like he's kind of come back into form since
Yeah.
then. He's, pulled his shit together. So I like Woodland. What do you got over there, Mitch?
Well, give me your winner.
I mean, it's the
US.
U.S. going to win, and I mean,
All right, Mitch.
I think by 10.
Give me your high points US team, high points Europe team, and then your winner.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with DJ. I actually think he's
Okay.
going to be the high points winner. I think that's an easy one for me. And actually, on the flip side, on the international, I think it's going to be Louis.
Okay,
I
Louis
think.
Oosthuizen?
Yeah,
Speaking of DJ, have you guys seen the pictures of his wife running around out there?
Oh my
Good God, she is incredible.
she's a 12.
And she just so happens to be baby of the GOAT hockey player. So anyways, go ahead, please. I'm sorry to...
And then your winner overall,
I
you
mean,
taking US?
I mean, I love an underdog. Everybody does, and maybe one day the internationals will have this as there's more of a legacy and an actual rivalry that's happening. But like, I thought your take on the fact that look, this is so new. There's just nothing really there to play for.
Yeah.
I think as this younger generation coming up, I think they're going to take it more seriously. I think the real thing that we need to do here, honestly, and hockey used to do this, but they incorporated more of the young talent that both had. And I think that's what shapes a rivalry. I think there's too many stars on the U.S. side. And I think let's make this about the young folks. Let them start to create this rivalry and this tradition over the next 15, 20 years.
I like
30
You
years.
know what?
The
I
Asian-
love that take because the thing with the US team, it becomes just the Ryder Cup team have to play twice. And it's the same fucking team that play.
It really
it's
is.
all the same guys. It creates an unfair advantage for the USA team versus the international team because the international team don't have that same thing, right?
Right.
I love the take of how about we do this? How about you make it's the US, but it's USA under 30 or a USA under a certain age.
Same thing that they did in the Olympics for
versus
basketball.
the international team.
That's
whoever
right.
you want. That's a great fucking idea.
Interesting.
And that would make it more interesting. It'd make it better for the players. It'd make it actually better for the USA team,
Wait,
even
but it
in
would
terms
have
of the
to
Ryder
be-
Cup, because you'd have guys younger getting more experience.
The rules would
and
have to
possibly
be the
getting
same
it.
on both sides. So you
No,
couldn't have
of course
older
you could.
players on the international side, you know?
It's fucking 11-1.
Yeah.
in the series. It's not fair anyway.
Hey, well, I think some of these
Time
young
to
up and
Big
comers
Brother
though,
give it a
this shit might be tipping. The scales might be tipping here before too long.
All right.
Maybe like 15 years, but it's pretty long. Ooh. This has been another episode of the Buttercut Podcast. You can follow us at the Buttercut Podcast on Instagram, at the Buttercut Pod on Twitter. You can also follow Peter the Irish Guy at Peter the Irish Guy on Instagram. Follow myself at Bradley B. Key on Instagram. You want to give a shout out? You got anything over there?
Hey, if you listen to the Buttercup, this has nothing to do with golf at all. But my boy with ALS had a massive, legendary, epic, Muhammad Ali type fight against ALS, otherwise known as Lou Gehrig's disease. Go to teamfreights.com, make a donation to ALS. You've seen it. You've done the ice bucket challenge. It was cool that you poured ice over your head and you nominated a few other friends. Now go ahead, get in your wallet and make a real difference.
Give us his name
appreciate
again.
that. Pete Frates. It's all over the fucking news. If you don't know about it, you're a fucking clown.
R.I.P. That was worth stopping the outro music.
Yeah.
We'll be back. Thanks for listening.
Take it easy.